They are the build and price tool they're using is similar with Mexico and Colombia, but the only difference is they have different angle view for their color pickers, and they have forms at the end of the steps. So I'm going to tell you. So be reminded, this disclaimer needs to be updated as well. Okay, I think it's only valid to 16th of September. So the first day you're gonna coming back, I think you're gonna you're gonna update the disclaimer. So let's see. So go to the phone tools configuration. The same like Colombia, Mexico. So you can see the disclaimer footer text is in here. Okay, it's not an article attached to the page. The build and price disclaimer, you find it in here, and there is disclaimer summary page text. That will be the last step, not last, at the end of the tools. So here is the place you find the disclaimer at the bottom of the page. Okay, it's in the tools configuration from the site configuration tab here. Okay, so all of these price are reading from the price integration and saved in the VDM assets. Okay, so you don't need to worry anything about the price. As long as you insert the right CKS code inside, then you shouldn't be worried about that. So let's just choose one. I'll show you the whole step first. Okay, so that's we select the derivative, and there is one thing is that means click to see the details. So if you just click this button, you will see a pop-up with a big image of this derivative, and it's got some disclaimers on the right hand side and also the price as well. So I'll show you how to do that later, but let's go through the whole step first. So select one derivative, and then there is a pop-up disclaimer text in here as well. Okay, and let's go to next one. So that's the color picker. You can change the colors. Some colors are cost you money, like this one. If you select that, it's going to cost you money. Okay, and how to put the price for the color, I think you might know how to do it, but I'll cover that later as well if you're not sure. Okay, so that's the default interior, which do not cost anything. But in the build and price tools, you must assign at least one interior trim to the derivative. Otherwise, the derivative won't show out in the build and price tools. Okay? Even though you don't know which one, you just select this default one. Okay? So, on the left-hand side, the color picker. So you see these angle things, that's different from the other market. The other market doesn't have this. But the Brazil have this different angle of view. So if you change it, you can see 3 different angles for your colors. This one as well. For all the colors, it's got different angles. Okay, and then if you select this one, cost you money, it's going to be added into the price. And the next step, you will see the whole summary, and this disclaimer is coming from the tools configurations, as I just showed you. Disclaimer summary page text. Okay, so we got a PDF download. I think Mexico and Colombia doesn't have it, and we got this compare. This one is for share link. Okay, so it will go to the shares. And if I click that PDF, a PDF file going to be generated that lists out all the details that you've selected and the price as well. Okay, and the user can print or download the PDF files. So currently, because they don't have enough accessories to put it up, but later on they will be require you to add accessories to select for the derivative as well. So after this select color thing and click this button, a user will be required to select the accessories. So I'll show you the FOA one as an example. Because FOA got accessories, but later on Brasil going to require you to insert accessories as well. So if I click Build Your Fold, this one is to choose engine if you got more than one engine assigned to it. But all Brasil cars only got one engine to be standard, so we want me to select that. Okay, so see if you got other trims, you can view the trims as well. Okay, and now you see all the accessories is here. So you can choose accessories and the price will be adding to it. So if you choose one wheels, the other one won't be available for you. And there are another tab which got interior, you can choose. Safety, security, you can choose a couple of other things. Okay. And we can make like exclusion. If you choose this one already, like this one, you won't be choose some other things like it's already included in that one or excluded. So that's something, that's some exclude functionality for the build and price tools. Like even though if you choose some colors, we can make some interior or accessory is not available to go with that colors. That's some exclude. Okay, so if you click this see details, you will see the big pop-up window for your accessories as well. Okay, and then so that's the summary page. Don't worry about this latest offer thing. That's functionality is only for FOA. Okay, so you only need to worry about this part. So you got all your accessory details in here. And if I bring out the PDF file, you can see the engine transmissions, colors and trims, exterior, interior, and the price. Okay, so and FOA is got this request to quote forms after the accessories. Okay, so for Brazil, currently we don't have accessories, but later on you'll be required to put it in. And after select the color and click this big button, you'll be leading to the forms to be filling out some informations.
¿Te la regresó tú esta América? Sí.
This slow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put some test information. Email. So that's the dealer locator. For the quote forms, it won't have the Bing map one. Instead, it will have this drop down to select state and city, and then select corresponding
No
dealers.
he comido.
Okay, and
Entonces,
after I submit that,
pero todavía no le digas, voy a entrar al baño. Porque si no la niña me va a encimar. Entonces nada más por ahorita saludarla y poder darle un poquito de tiempo. Bien. Digo, hoy me cancelaron una junta porque me iba a lanzar a tenerla y se me olvidó que tenía un governance, que son llamadas en Ford, de puro Ford. Yo era el único güey que no era de Ford. Pero
that
estaban los
has
güeyes
been
de Brasil
submitted.
y como entregan el próximo lunes.
If it's on production,
Casi
it
casi me
won't be
obligaron
that
a que
slow. It's just because of the system
a
management.
que me tomara la llamada. Y son de relaciones públicas, cabrón. Son todos los güeyes de Ford a nivel Latinoamérica.
Yeah, so you see it's already landing on the confirmation page,
Lo
but
que
it's
pasa es que
just
yo ya había
loading.
cancelado esa junta hace unos días y hoy creo que por la volví a ver, la volví a cancelar.
Okay, well, we
Si no vas a
waiting for
estar,
that. Okay,
¿quién
so
va
it's
a
already
estar?
here.
Que sepa.
So that's the
Tengo
confirmation
cargos
page.
Ford.
So everything
De
is
hecho,
done.
el cuchillito de palo que
Okay,
le
so that's the
enlazan
whole
como
process of the build and price
por favor,
tools
que
in
alguien
Brazil.
juega
So
que puedo
let
dar
us
el
go
tomar
back.
decisiones de
I'll
quién sabe qué, de
cover the details
como
one
diciendo,
by one step
como
by one step.
diciendo, si tú no puedes tomarlas, que las tome
Okay,
alguien
let's
más,
go back
o
to here.
si algo
So
sale que
we
puedas
all
decir,
know
o
that
ya les escribes,
firstly,
no,
when we build a tool
me
page,
equivoqué, no
we need to
quise
link the page to
y una de las cosas que sucede
we need
mucho
to
ahí
link
es
the
que
page to
es
list
de un
tools
lado y todavía no
configuration.
toca el pop-up
So in list
editor.
tool
Sí, bueno,
configuration, we
sí,
have
bueno,
list. You can
pero
see there are a couple of links has been linking here.
ahorita empezar
So
me quisieron meter a
there
huevo
is article disclaimer
porque
article for build and price
por lo
page,
que
build and
escuché
price
alguien en
PDF
la escuela
disclaimer footer
de
article,
cantina dijo que iban
build
a
and
hacer,
price
que ellos
PDF
iban a tener que
disclaimer
trabajar en línea.
article,
Le digo, a ver, espérame,
and
todo,
there are hot
todos
deals
ustedes trabajan en
page,
línea.
comparative
Entonces
page,
un güey de Ford
build
dijo,
and price page, test
¿cómo?
drive page.
No,
But
fíjense,
it
¿por qué
doesn't
20
have test
millones van a ser de
drive in
mantenimiento que tienen que ver
for the
ustedes mismos?
Brazil. So we just linked the
Nada más
locator
entender.
dealer page to it. Okay.
Entonces,
And
pues empezaron
this
a
request
levantar
a
como que
quote
se movió el
link
polvo y me empezaron a decir,
is a
tú
link
vas a estar hasta
assets
que
that
esto
we
no
are
esté
linking
pasando
to the
por el
request of quote
álgebra.
forms page that we have
Y
in
yo lo
there.
único,
Okay. You
básicamente,
don't need to change anything in
yo no
here.
necesité
Don't
crear
change
nada.
anything. It's already been configured
Cuando
in the
estaba
right
empezando a
way.
querer
So
crear, se
do
me
not
checa mi
change
Ford.
it.
Y decía,
It's
ok,
always
pero yo
linking to the
diciendo lo que yo iba a
forms
decir, pero
on
¿me
the
explico?
last step
Nada
of
más
the
es
build and
puro
price
pinche
tools.
farolero.
Okay. So for the build and price
Quería que yo
page here,
lo dijera y yo lo que estaba diciendo era, pues ahorita tenemos,
we can
porque me
see
decían, bueno, ¿cuál es
it's already been set
el
up.
concepto de
Nothing you
mercado
need to worry
antes del
about.
2014? Y yo lo que iba a decir es, ahorita estamos tratando
It's
de
got this
terminar los detalles
container,
del
it's got
2013
CSS
y esto
body,
nos
it's
va a
got
dar pauta para hacer el 2014.
brand
Y ya tratamos
comparison,
corte y como es subible a
and
su
then
pedo, es
test
un
drive
rollo
pages just
complicado.
go to that. And
No es lo
comparator
mismo
page
porque
is the
está
page
un
that we're
escritor que
holding up the
sabe
comparator
exactamente.
tools. Okay.
Esto cotiza si está fijo, esto no, cambia dependiendo del proyecto.
And then build and price
Entonces
page.
ahorita
For
es
list
un proceso que
disclaimer,
tenemos que
for list 3 disclaimer.
Entonces básicamente
List
te
1
digo,
disclaimer
la estamos
article
viendo,
for build
pero
and price page.
¿qué es lo que yo iba a
List
decir?
1 is the one
¿Me explico?
that we saw
Entonces básicamente
in the
entré para
pop-up
que
window,
no me dejaran ni hablar.
which is,
Bueno,
let me
entonces
show you.
no pude llegar a la junta.
After I select that, which is this one.
John Albornoz, que es de
Okay.
procesos. Ahorita te
So you
explico.
know where is the place to update this.
Y ya cuando iba para allá y le puse no 4, sino 4:30, iba en camino en el de la
It's in
cancela.
here,
¿A qué voy a uno?
linking to the
Digo,
tools
me tendría que regresar
configuration.
a enojar y ya
Okay.
voy a enojar.
And then there is a
No,
build and
me
price
canso por
PDF
horas.
disclaimer.
Pues voy a agarrar mi hora y media de comida y de descanso y me
We
van
do
a
not have
decir,
anything here because
mejor,
they require not
mejor
put
dime qué hora
anything.
va
But
y
this
ya
one
terminamos las
disclaimer,
cosas que tengo que hacer para mañana.
this one gonna be the one that we saw in the PDF tools in the last
Ese es mi
step.
baño
Like if I select that,
y te platico cómo
finalize
estoy.
the PDF. There are some disclaimer in here, okay, in the PDF files, so you know where to find it. It's in the tools configuration here. Okay, PDF disclaimer article. Okay, so that's the tools configuration, and there are a couple of like translation assets. It's all been built up. So if you want to find them, just go to translations. All of those little things like the motto, list text to be shown out, list some little things to be shown out, the text in here, in there, and in there. It's all it's all translation assets. So if you want to search for the translation assets for build and price tools, just put BPT. Okay, so you will see all the build and price translation assets. And also, besides of BPT, you put BTP as well. Okay, so TP and PT at the end. Okay, so there are more. BTP1. Okay, so that's all the translation assets for the build and price tool. You just need to figure out which one is for which one if they ask you to change anything. And okay, let's go back to the first step. So first step in here, you see all the vehicle that is available in here. If you want to make some vehicle hidden, what are you gonna do? Is we can control that in the VDM data. So for example, the new Focus, we do not launch it yet. Okay, we do not launch it yet. We haven't created any like package assets for it because we don't have any images providing to us yet, and we don't. So that's why. And if you want to hide it from any tools, you just tick out list checkbox or remove the yes from model display in tools. So by remove that, list derivative will be hidden from all tools, including color picker, build and price, comparator. Okay, it will be hiding from the all tools. So and model display on website. This one will control if you want these tools to display in specifications. And I'm not sure about the others. What about the price? I think the price.
Apart from price and version, yeah.
Yeah. So specification. So that's it. Let's use a KA to show you how we build the build and price tools. So for build and price, we all know from the other market already that the data is reading from the package assets, not from the derivative assets. Okay, so for build and price tools only. So when we create package assets, there are only a couple of like major things that we need to assign to the package assets, which is the engine and transmission, the color picker, the colors, the trim, and the trims. So these three, for the package assets, we only need these three things. Later on, you will be required to insert accessories to the package assets as well. Okay, so we do not need to assign like specifications to the package assets, because specification is only for the derivative assets. Okay, so for package assets, as you can see, assign features only that's engine, transmission, and colors and trims. Okay, so when we assign it, edit features, we can see engine, transmission, pricing. Because the build and price, of course, they need the price as well. So make sure for all of your package assets, you input the same CKS code as in the derivative as well. So for example, this one is package for S1.0. Then you put the same derivative CKS code on the package assets and the same derivative year, because these two values gonna be the one that we are matching with the price integration system. Okay, so do not forget on that. Otherwise, your package assets won't show any price. Okay, and there are another thing is this derivative image. You need to input it. This one gonna be the one that's showing in the build and price tools. That's the image to be shown out. Okay. And also we see there are some package summary. The text that we input in here gonna be the text that display for this pop-up window. Okay. This big image is the one that we assign in this derivative image as well. Let me search it out and show you. So you see, there is a thumbnail. Thumbnail is for the small one, and there is a picture one. It's for the big one that pop up. Okay, so when you create a new one, remember you need to put both of them in. Okay, so
So there's part image just like in Mexico? Ah, no, package image. Okay.
I don't think Mexico got this view details things. Let me check. Because you need to input the big image for that view detail. Because we all know this image is from the vehicle parent, and then you have, when you go inside, okay, it's got view details as well. Yeah, so yeah, the same as Mexico. Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, the same as Mexico. The only difference is this angle things. So I'll cover that later.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, so if I go into next step, you'll see this angle things, which is different from Mexico. How we're doing it is we use sprite image. Remember, if you have experience in publishing the build and price tool with package, instead of the image assets we assign in the color picker, we use sprite image to assign for the color picker in the build and price tools. So if I bring up 105, so you see interior, we don't go to interior first. So for example, if I bring up this one, okay, VDM edge. So you see, instead of just only one image here, in order to get it in different angle, we put all angle images into one image and upload them. But there are one thing you need to be very careful is for each of the image dimension, you need to be it needs to be the same dimension, and you just need to combine them together. So if I save this image, I think I got some examples in here. Let me bring it out. For example, yeah, this one. If I bring it out in the Photoshop, so you see, if I go to see the dimensions, image size, you can see it's 1845. So if I divide it into 3, so each of this image width should be 615, and the height needs to be 292 exactly. So when you combine 3 images together, the width will go to 1845. So what the system is doing, it will check this whole image. First bit from 1 to 615, and then second one gonna be to like 1230, and then the last one. So the system will check it automatically, depend on the dimensions. So each of them needs to be exactly 615 in the width. Okay, you can even insert one more in, but the width needs to be 615 as well. Okay, so that's very strict. Otherwise, if the image is too small, you put this one in. When you change the angle, it won't looking good. Okay, so clear on that. So every single image that we published, the sprite image we published, it's got these 3 angles. See in here, Fiesta Broken Hedge. You can just publish one, it's not a problem. But if you need a 3-angle view, you need to publish 3. Or if you need 2-angle view, you need to only publish 2. But the thing is, for each of the angle, you make sure the dimension is right, which is 615 in the width. Okay. So you see, all of them is like that. Alright, and for this thumbnail, okay, so this thumbnail you will need to publish as well, because this one is going to be the one that displaying in the last step here. As you can see, if I change color in here, okay, if I change it into red, that's going to be the red one that display in the last step too. So you will need to publish the thumbnail images into this sprite image too. And the number of sprites, this is telling system how many angles and how many views you published into the sprite image. So we have 3 angles here, that's why we put 3. Okay, so if you go to have a look, Mexico one and Colombia one, it's going to be just 1. So if you put 3 here but only got 1 image, it will be image not available, or it will just showing 1 angles. Even though you can see that change angle error, but you won't see anything. Okay, so it's very important to match it here, number of sprites. Right, so interior, I don't think we publish any angles for that. So they all just using the same default images here. Okay, interior. It's a bit different for each vehicle, but you see number of sprites is just 1. Okay, so that's colors and interior. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. Do we need to have an order for the angles?
Sorry?
Do we need to have an order for the angles, or it could be in any
You
order?
need to get the you need to get the images from the market. And you need to make sure you cut it into the right size when you upload them. Okay, if the market doesn't give you 3 angles image, then you can only publish 1 angle.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So let me think what else. Yeah, so that's view the interior images for it. Publish the color price. So let's go to the medium tab. So if you need to publish the colors price, the way that we insert it is the same. So just select colors, build price, click pricing, choose price zone, and you will see the colors in here. The price for the colors here. Okay, so for only the price will be applied for only a couple of colors. For the other colors, it's just gonna be put 0 in it. Okay, so that's how we publish the colors. So next step, I think is gonna be publish the accessories, because currently we do not have that. We do not have that in Brazil. So what I'm going to do is go to FOA. The difference in FOA is they do not use package assets. The build-in price data are reading from the derivative assets straight away. But I'm just going to show you how they do the accessories. So accessories, it needs to be reading from the build-in price catalog. And then BP value, I don't think you need to input anything. Pricing, you're gonna need price for all your accessories. So that's how we put it in. Okay, so put the price in here. And then type, when you publish it, it needs to be accessories. Okay, for all your accessory type. And feature image. Because FOA are using derivative assets, so they put the image into the feature image. But for Brazil, you need to put it into the sprite image, because Brazil is using package assets for build-in price tools. Okay, you need to put the image into sprite image in here. Okay, and part number, that depends on if Brazil got part number or not. But FOA got the part number, and it's going to be displayed in the pop-up window. Okay, so that's the FOA, how it's doing it. I'm just going back to Brazil because it's different scenario. Alright, so if you need to publish the accessories, firstly what you need to do is create the accessory features assets first. So go to tool sets, not spec data, okay? Do not create your accessory features underneath spec data. Create them underneath build-in price. Okay, so you can see there are a couple of catalog already being created. That's we create just for testing in the first step. So you can see exterior accessory. I already create one, but currently it's not being assigned to anything. So I'm not quite sure if they need to publish the accessories is there any feature code that needed for price integration? Because I think later on they will have to add it in. So remember, if they want to read the accessory price from the price integration, then you need to ask for the code to input in here as well. Okay, and feature group, you don't need anything. And if you want this accessory to be assigned to your package assets, the same, assign derivatives. Okay, and select the package assets you want to assign it to. So it's all got package at the end of the name. If you didn't see the text package, that means it's derivative, so do not assign them. And then you put price, maybe don't put price in, and you select the type. It should be accessory. Okay, so all the other value is just like normal. Alright, so we got interior as well here, but currently it do not have anything. Okay, so if you need to create new, you just add features and create new one, and assign it to your to the proper package assets that you want to. And after that, you will be required to create the sprite image for your accessory as well. So here I have created some samples, but I didn't create the big view because they don't have it when not testing it. So I just created the thumbnail, and we only got one. So and then you need to assign this sprite image to your features sprite image position, so that you will be able to view the accessories out. Okay, so but currently I think in the short time they won't ask you to adding this whole accessory things, because it's going to be a lot of work to do. Okay, so that's inside the tools.
Okay, do you know if they have plans? Sorry, do you know if they have plans to adding the accessories?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
What I know is after launch.
Okay.
So I'm not quite sure, but I think they will be inform you like pretty early, because it's not gonna be a quick work that to do. It's gonna be a lot of work. And it will need to be go with the price integration system as well, because all the price that Brasil is reading is from the price integration. So if they want to add in the accessories, it's going to be a huge change.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we landing the page here. After that, we are going to landing on the request a quote forms. Everything is already been set up. You don't need to worry anything about that. The only thing that you might be required to maintenance is the dealer drop down from that form field. Okay, so because we all know that list dealer drop down from the form, they reading data from the bin map data source as well. So if I sign in using the bin map account, I think it's list 1 for Brazil. Okay, so you should have you should have 2 accounts already. Mexico is in the number 2, and Colombia and the other markets is in list 1.
Yep.
Okay, so the FBR is here. Okay, so I think later on for this dealer thing is a bit complex here. So dealer locator, they have dealer locator as well. Dealer locator. Both list dealer locator and list dropdown is reading the same data source from BMap. It's all FBR, production dealer. But the thing is, the dealer inside list dealer dropdown in the form got less dealer than the dealer locator. Okay, so for example, we got 100 dealer in dealer locator, but only 50 or 60 of them should display in list dealer dropdown. So how we filter it out? That you will be providing 2 dealer files. One is for the dealer locator, which is like like an Excel file. I have it. It's here. Okay. List file, if you receive it, is gonna be the one for the dealer locator. So you will be required to. They will tell you which one. They will highlighted one that they add in or they updated when you receive a new file. I already told them if you do not highlight it, the thing, it will take pop-up a lot of time to find out which one has changed. Okay, so I already told them if you change anything in this file, you need to highlight it out so that they know which dealer they need to go and update. Okay, so after you got this file, this one is for the dealer locator. Okay, so when you create or update dealers, you need to go to Dealers tab, Dealers. Okay, so each of these dealers is published like that. So dealer name, you just input the name in here. I think the dealer name is, that's the dealer name. This column is the dealer name. So put it in here and put FBR. And then dealer code. Okay, which is the right dealer code? As we can see, there are 2 codes here, which is DN and Gold ID. The dealer code that we need to put in is the Gold ID one. Okay, be remember of that. It's the Gold ID one. You need to put it in. And then dealership name. So for this dealership name, we need to input it as some specific format. Okay, because in this dealer name, we can see it's only including the dealer name. But what Brasil wants is we need to combine the dealer name with the address. So if I have a look in here, for example, Augustine, let me find it out. AUGU. Augustine one, this one. When we put the dealership name, you can see we put Augustine, and then we put address as well into the dealership name field. Okay. We use a comma to separate address and the number. Okay, so just put a comma in here. So remember of that. When you create a new dealer, you need to put it as this way. And in the address line, you just put it in the address again in here. Okay, and then postcode, you got all of this information in here. State and city, that's when you create a dealer, you need to select the parents. So you select the right state and city from the drop down. Okay, and it's got fax number, email address, all of this information, you need to put it in. Okay, and then there is a column called service. You need to put it into dealer authorized column here, space here. Okay, so another very important thing is when you create a new dealer, And if the dealer status flag is yes, that means it's a valid dealer. If you tick that box, do not forget to insert the latitude and the longitude into it. If you do not have them, asking from the market to provide it to you. Otherwise, if you do not put any longitude and latitude into your dealer assets, when you're trying to upload the XML file to the BIMAP account, when you're trying to upload them, it will show you an error. You won't be able to upload them. Okay? So
Okay, yeah, we have to upload some at 0 and 0.
yeah. If you do not have the longitude and latitude, just do not tick this status flag. Alright? Do not tick it. Because if you put 000, the dealer, when user trying to find the dealer location won't be right to showing on the map.
Yeah, it's showing at the sea, I think, near to Africa.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. So you always need to asking for the geocode from the market, which exactly is the location for this dealer. Alright? Otherwise, you won't show in the right information. So, list flag is to showing in the dealer locator. Okay, so how are we gonna filter out some dealer to just let it showing in the quote form? Is using list flag, sales dealer flag. So if we tick the checkbox yes for this sales dealer flag, that means I want this dealer to showing in the form drop down in here. Okay, so another department will provide you another file to tick list flag. Okay, and the file will be looks like that. Okay, so this file is for the form drop down dealers. Alright, so inside this file you can see it's got this gold dealer code to help you match with this file. Okay, so it's got gold dealer code here as well, and the DN2 maybe. So this two code is help to match with the dealer here, and this is the dealer name that they want, that help you to match which one is which one. Okay, so we can see in here Brenner Vehículos 65683. So this is the dealer that they want to flag the sales dealer flag on it. Okay, and there is another column A in here. That means this is the dealer we want to flag it. But if you see there is some dealer have R, like if I change it into R in here for this dealer, that means they want to remove it. Okay, so later on, if you want to, if you receive another version of this file that got R beside some dealer, that means you need to go to the dealer assets and remove the flag. Okay, so how we remove it? It's just a checkbox. So you just doing like that, sales dealer flag. Okay, you just remove like that. Okay, so that's how we maintenance it. Okay, so after you receive this file, make sure if it's all A, then you don't need to worry anything about that. You just need to check if they're adding any new things in. I think they should provide you what they have added in as well. But if they don't, you just need to spend some time to find out if all the dealers has been flagged out inside this list. Okay, so after you do anything, if you do anything, update the dealer assets, you will be required to upload your updates into the BIMAP account. So what do you need to do? Upload dealers to, wrong one. Upload dealers to bin. Select this one. So everything you update into your dealer assets, you need to upload the changes into BMap account. Otherwise, you won't see the changes in the form drop-down or in your dealer locator. Okay, so you just need to bring out this one, download Dragonfly dealer data as BMap dealer XML file. Click that, and you will download the file. And then you need to go to the BMap account, upload data to a data source. Put in the right information. You can grab the information from this bin REST API configuration site. Do not use this one. This one is for something else. Only check the information in here. So data source name and bin query key. So you need to select the right query key. Master key gonna be this AI one, the first one. Query key gonna be the AQ one. Okay. Do not worry about these two values. It's some old value. The new value gonna be always be AI for the master and AQ for the query key. Okay, and then you select the XML file that you just downloaded and publish without geocoding. Leave it private and then click the upload button. So after you're doing that, if all your dealer has been published in the right way, you will see the successful message. Otherwise, it will show you error, says we are not able to proceed. So most likely, it's because of the geocode is missing. Okay, so that's how we maintenance the dealer drop-downs in the quote and in the locator dealer. Okay, so it's reading from the same data source, but this one is just got extra filter in. Okay, so any questions? No?
No, you thanks.
Okay, but just remember that very important for them. Okay, so for
Thank
this
you.
form, you don't need to worry anything about that. It's all been set up. You don't need to update anything in here. So just leave it there. You don't need to update anything. The only thing that you might require to update is maybe the confirmation page banner. So if you want to find out the confirmation page of this quote forms, just go to the Forms tab, expand the forms, and BP quote, that's the one, and that's the confirmation page. Okay, so this is the banner that we're using in the confirmation page. So if they ask you to update that, just update this picture, and the text is in here as well. Okay, so leave all the other things just there, don't touch them. So that's for the build and quote. Let's go to I think next one gonna be and the last one gonna be comparator. So for comparator, we all know it's linking to the tools configuration as well. Okay, so comparator page. We can see it's got images. These are reading from the vehicle parent as well. But the small images, this one it's not from the package assets anymore because the comparator are using the data from the derivative assets. Okay, not package. Package only for bid and price. So we can see we got this derivative image assigned here as well. Okay, this too is for hot deals. We covered that yesterday, remember? So after you select different thing to compare, you'll see this. Okay, so you can remove or you can add more in, and all of this data is taken from the derivative assets. Okay, but the value you need to input it in as comparator value, not the specification value. Normally what they request is they want the same values being assigned from the specification table and the comparator. So what you need to do is just to assign the same values. So spec value, this is for specification table. Okay, and comp value, this is for comparator. Alright, so when you insert values, do not forget to insert into comp values as well. Okay, so we can see there are one difference with Columbia is we got these two buttons in here which can lead you to locate the dealer and to build and price tools. Okay, so if I click that, be reminded the thing that I click is for KA. So when I click this, it will jump to the KA in the build and price tool straight away. So you see, it's jumping to the KA straight away in build and price tool if you click that button. So this one is already been set up in the system, so you do not need to worry anything about that. So it's just making this button available. If we link it correctly in the tools configuration, this two button will be showing out. Okay. So I think all the other thing is pretty much the same. It's just all features.
Just one question. Is there any way to change the name of the button in case you want to change it?
That one. That should be the translation assets. Let me see. Translation. Comparator. Here, build and price. So comparator, build and price, here is the translation asset to change it. And the other one I think is test drive. Yeah, so that's the locator dealer. That's it.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay, so I think that's it. Do you have any questions on this and for the whole site?
No, I don't think so. Let me ask the.
Mm.
No, I think everything is clear.
You are good?
Yeah.
Have you got the chance to go to the site to see whether maybe you're good? Okay. Okay then. I think that's it. If you don't have any other questions, I think pretty much we've covered everything in here. Celebrate. Yeah, there is no other dramas. Yes, they all general content page. And yeah, so I think if you don't have any other questions, we can wrap up here. And have a good holiday for all of you. And
Thank you.
yeah, get ready for the Brazil fast you comes back.
Oh my god. We can send you by email our questions, right?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, just send me emails.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you all, and have a good weekend.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. See ya, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.